All right, we're on.
Yay!
Talking from Medford, Oregon. Hi, Andrea. Thanks for being with us in the cat. We're still in Montreal here. And Andrea, you've been playing a lot with VirtualLink over the last 2 weeks. And so this is why I wanted to talk to you today.
Yeah, and I have to say that this lockdown's been pretty productive for me.
Yeah, same for us
I
here.
finally got it, going. And
You've been doing abstract light painting for a while, and as I said in that episode, you're my favorite light painter, and I knew that you would be the best person to play with that video light painting software, and you didn't disappoint me, like especially the post from probably 2 days ago. I'm going to put that right there. It's so beautiful, and it's exactly what I wanted to see from you. It's fun to see with the motion because I like to see the final image, but seeing it being ground on the screen, it's really great to see that. Probably 2-3 weeks ago, I published something on my Instagram. It was me in 360 using 176 cameras. It was self-made light painting picture, and I did a trick in post-processing, like I just flipped myself, and you asked me if it was possible to do that in VirtualLink, and I was like, no, it's 176 cameras. It's not the same thing, and I slept on it, and the next morning I was like, oh, okay, I know what she meant. It's just the effect of the light itself. Yeah, that's it.
kind of weird flipped mirror thing. Yeah. Exactly.
And we did it for you.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
this is an example. I have another one using the hollow square also.
Ooh.
Yeah. So this is made using this tool right here. So it's just a holographic sheet.
Uh-huh.
So after I understood what you meant, I was like, oh, that would be easy to do in VirtualLink. So I asked my guys to do it, and it took a few days, and that's it. So that's a new update that's available for you, for everyone. It's on the same link, on the same download link, so you can get it right now.
Good. So you were saying that you use the lockdown, like the downtime, to play a bit with VirtualLink?
Yes.
Yeah. What did you
Get
do?
it going. Yeah, it's been fabulous. Really adds a different dimension to what I do, or what I have been doing. I was kind of, not that I get burned out, but it's just it takes effort to learn something new, and a lot of times I just get lazy. So, but I didn't have a really good excuse this time because I couldn't go anywhere. Right, so so I got the camera set up in here and started playing with it, and Eric, you helped so much just trying to get it.
Of course, I wanted to see that.
Yeah, it's really good to see that you really dive into it.
Dove
Dove
is a bird, no? Dove is that a bird? It sounds weird when we say it, but is that the right way to say it?
I jumped in feet first.
Yeah, let's do that. You jumped into it.
What else are you up to on your side?
Not much, really. Doing this during the day if I can. Sometimes I'll take it outside at night. It's actually nice having 2 cameras now, because I can. I never thought I'd want 2 cameras, but I can use the DSLR for the stills, then take that out and use the intervalometer and all that kind of stuff just to get some still shots, and I can use the EOS R for the video. Did you know
that there's a way to do all at once? Of course, 2 cameras, but the 2 cameras on one computer and one remote control to trigger the video and the picture at the same time.
That sounds like it's I'm in deep water right now.
Yeah, so this is something that I imagined, but I didn't test it yet. But it's work in progress, but everything is there to test it. Okay, so our other software, X-Angle Camera Server, to run hundreds of cameras. It can work with a single camera too. And we use the same remote control, the same button to trigger on and off, okay? And the two softwares can now be run side by side on the same computer. So you have your video camera, your picture camera connected to the same computer. You're going to trigger once to start the exposure. So you're going to see the live feed in virtual ink. And the picture is going to be taken from X-Angle Camera Server, and then you get both assets, the picture and the video, on each player, on each side, like on your computer. So you have access to both same timing.
Wow. Wow.
We have to test
So,
that,
yeah.
but technically it's working.
All right. Well, we'll have a conversation about that down the road, right?
It's coming.
I'd like to set that up. That would be very, very, very cool.
Yeah, it's not that hard. And actually, yeah, the camera you have is the 5D Mark III, which is compatible with the other software. So yeah, no, that's going to work for sure.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, because it's like the end result, like the final image is much better on the still, because you don't have the small gaps that are created by the video feed. So you have a better quality, and much like I think you have 6,000 pixels wide on your camera, and on the video feed it's just 2,000. So there's a huge difference between the two. So of course, if you can get both at the same time, it's going to be great.
That would be great. I'd like that a lot. What I would like to do is just take the computer down to the park down the street and work out there. But I need to make sure my little trigger thing here works.
Yeah, was that clear when you asked me? Like my answer, was it clear? Because you had glitches with the trigger, and which
And
trigger
you
do
said
have?
something about you said something
The
about
ring.
using a USB.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the little thing that goes in here?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
So as you're having glitches, and I have the same when I work outdoors, and we did that also in the wild, like in a river or something like that.
Yeah.
And I had crazy problems with the triggering. So the easy way to fix that is just to get the dongle closer to you. So you use a USB rallonge,
Like an
extension, a USB extension. And so you just need to get the dongle closer to you, and like when you trigger, you just press like pointing at the dongle.
okay. Yeah. And that's kind of what I was doing, but it was it worked some of the time, but it seemed like there was a bit of a delay,
Mm-hmm.
and it could have been just my settings in Virtual Ink that I had going on.
No, it's really about the connection, because especially if it works well indoors and it's not going well outdoors, well, it's just because like at the same distance between you and the trigger, it's harder outdoors. So you just need to get it much closer.
Okay. All right.
But in your
Right.
case, it's easier because you're doing abstract. It's very tight, so you can have the dongle very close to you, and it's not going to show up in your pictures.
Okay. All right. How are things in Montreal?
We still have the full 360 up and running. We might do a few tonight or somewhere this week. Still have a lot of ideas. It's hard to stop when we're playing in that 360. I mean, there are so many things we can do, and so many videos also to end up editing, because we've been filming a lot over the past months, like before the lockdown, and the lockdown was not long enough. We didn't have time to finish everything. So now everything is opening up, and we need to finish those videos before we start doing more. But we don't plan on going out much this summer. We might do camping. Campings are open now. That's big news now. We are allowed to go camping in national parks around Montreal, so we might do that. But we're supposed to be in Utah in September. I don't know if it's going to happen, because the borders are still closed, and they're going to be closed for probably 2 more months. So it's going to be very limited. At what point they're going to say yes, you can go, but then we either have to buy plane tickets last minute or buy a car because my car died. You knew that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, right when we
I was
came
going to ask
back.
about that. You couldn't get it fixed?
Well, it was too old to,
Yeah.
because it was the whole floor that was rusted, like about to fall off. So it's like it was a few $1,000s to fix that old car, so it didn't worth it. So
Okay.
But the car did a really nice last trip.
yeah, I cannot
That
believe
was amazing.
we've been able to come back here without any problems.
Yeah, and you've used that car several times in the U.S., haven't you? On your
Yeah,
trip?
yeah.
Or was that the
Well, I did 3 times a long road trip in the U.S.
Uh-huh.
I went to Burning Man in 2013.
You went to Burning Man?
Yes, I did. With that same car.
Oh. But that wasn't last year.
No,
No.
2013. Yeah,
Okay.
so 7 years ago. And I went to Florida in 2007 with that car.
Wow.
That's a long time ago.
That is a long time ago.
Yeah, I bought it new in 2004. And so I had it for over 15 years.
So, are you guys still drinking good Oregon wine?
Oh, yes. In fact, yesterday I went out and I picked up 6 bottles.
Yeah.
Of the good stuff. No, we belong to a lot of wine clubs. So I think we belong to 5. So, and they've been closed down too. For the most part. Yeah. So, if they have a wine release, you have to call ahead of time and they come out to where the gate is with whatever you have bought and you pick it up there. But as of this past weekend, they started opening up, with music going on. I mean, musicians around here are really kind of stymied. I mean, they haven't had any gigs or anything.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's kind of good to see, but again, I don't want to just necessarily sit around and be out there. So I went to, I went to the first winery. They were still closed, so I went to the second winery, picked up 4 bottles there because we've missed some of our pickups, and then came back to the first one and picked up there. So, yeah.
Good.
No, great. Yeah, same here. Well, we cannot pick it up, but so we are in the province of Quebec, and we have local wine, and we can order boxes of local wine, and we got 2 boxes of 12.
That's what we did.
Bottles, so we have 24 bottles.
Yeah.
And it's great. It was
We're
a surprise.
doing a lot of discoveries.
We discovered a few really good red wine. I'll put our favorite one right there. It's so good. But yes, drinking wine is good.
Light painting, drinking wine, and animals.
Yeah.
Like your dog.
Yeah, I won't put that in this video, but one very interesting thing we've been doing is to play in 360 without filming, just creating, because you know that we film pretty much everything we do. We document, this is how we can explain things or just create beautiful videos, but
Yeah, I guess it gave us the time, just like you did, like you were saying, you played a lot with Virtual Link. That's what we did also in 360. Like we took the time to just play for the sake of playing.
yeah, and
kind
we
of
learned
thing.
so much.
Yeah,
It's
that was really
crazy.
good.
There's no reference. There's no look at what this person did in 360. There's none of that. So for us, it's just like keep playing and discover new things, get better at lighting up the subject, different angles and different ways to use the light, different ways of using the tube and combining them. So there's a big video coming up with small tubes. You knew about that? You saw my
Oh, yeah, stacking them.
yeah.
Yeah.
And on the last shoot, we had 15 small tubes. They are that long, so 15. So it's the equivalent of 2 super long tubes together. So it was very long, but that
that's
worked
fun.
so well. Okay.
Okay.
Thanks a lot, Andrea, for your time. It's great to have you
Thanks.
again in our videos, see your face.
Thank you so much, and thanks for being my tech support and inspiration and all of that.
You are my inspiration.
Okay, guys.
Okay.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks. Talk to you soon.
Thank
Okay,
you.
bye-bye.
Bye-bye.